Hey everyone, welcome to the third episode of how to create your own first-person shooter single-player game. In this episode, we will give the enemy a health bar, as well as when we shoot the enemy, he will now receive damage, and once his health reaches zero, the enemy will die and vanish from the scene. If you want to follow along with this series, check out the card that displays at the top right for the playlist. If you like the tutorials I create, then make sure to like and comment and subscribe down below and join the Discord. If you want to support my creation of games and YouTube tutorials, then consider pledging on Patreon. Even a $1 can buy me a coffee. Inside of the Unity project where we left off, create a new folder and call it Sprite. We want to have an image that we can import which will represent the health bar. So open up GIMP or Paint on your computer and make a new slide and size it to 100 on the width and 10 on the height. Make sure the color is white just so that we can adjust the color easily in the Unity inspector. Export the image as healthbar.png and drag it inside of the Unity project inside of the sprites folder. Click on the image and change texture type to Sprite 2D and UI and hit apply. Open up the enemy prefab and create a new UI image. Then this will create the image with the canvas. Click on the canvas and change render mode to world space and reset the rect transform. Change the canvas height to 10 and change the scale to 0.01 on the X, Y, and Z. Click on the image inside of the canvas. Click on the anchor preset box and hold down Alt and click on the stretch at the bottom right. This will make the image fill up the whole canvas. Click back on the canvas and position the canvas just above the enemy by using the transform tool inside of the scene. Rename the image game object to health bar and change the color to red. Create another UI image inside of the health bar game object and click on the anchor preset, hold down Alt and stretch out the presets to fill the canvas. Rename image to foreground and drag in the health bar sprite inside of the sprite source image. Change the color to green and image to filled. Fill method horizontal and the origin left. If we adjust the fill amount, then we will get the health bar effect we are looking for, but we will do this after we have an enemy health value to show. Let us create a new script in the scripts folder called enemy health. Drag the script on top of the enemy prefab and open up the script. Delete the start and update method and create three variables for now. Public float health and public float max health. Then create a private bool called isDead equal false. Then create the private void awake method and pass in health to be equal to max health. Go back into Unity and click on the enemy prefab and change the health variable to 100 and the max health to 100. The full bar now needs to update with those values. Create a new script in the scripts folder called healthbar and drag the healthbar script on top of the healthbar game object inside of the enemy prefab and open up the script. Once the script is open, remove the start method and create a serialized field of enemy health called enemy health, and then create serialized field of image. Once you have typed image, press Ctrl and period to select using unityengine.ui, and then after image we can call it foreground. Inside of the update method, we will then write foreground.fillamount equal enemy health.health divide by enemy health.maxhealth. Head back into Unity and by still having the health bar game object selected, drag in the enemy prefab inside of the enemy health component slot and the full image inside of the foreground image component. Now that we have a health value, we want to make sure that we can give damage to it. For this, I will be using an Damageable interface. Create a new script and call it Damageable. Open up the script and remove everything from the script and start by writing public interface Damageable and then curly braces void take damage and pass in float amount. We will pass in the value of damage the weapon deals. Let's head back into enemy health script, and next to mono behavior, we will type a comma and then iDamageable. Press Ctrl and period to generate the take damage method from iDamageable to get rid of the error. I don't want the method to be above the awake function, so we will cut and paste it below the function. Inside of the take damage method, we will remove throw new system and add in health minus equal amount. Underneath the awake function, we will recreate the update function and say if health is less or equal than 0 and isn't dead, then you are dead, and play death animation when we do add the animations. After the animation has played, we would want to destroy the game object after a few seconds. So we will write destroy game object 4F. It will refer to the game object where the enemy health script is attached and then set isDead to true. Back inside of Unity, we will then create a new script inside of the scripts folder called game functions. This will hold our attack method, which we will use to attack the iDamageable. Open up the script and delete the start and update method and delete mono behavior and make sure that it is public static class game functions. Inside of the class, we will then create the attack method by writing public static void attack and then pass in component damageable and float base damage. And then we will check if this is a damageable. Then damageable as iDamageable dot take damage and pass in base damage. Save the script and go into the gun script, and inside of the hit.transform.compare tag, we want to take reference of the object by getting the iDamageable from the enemy health. So we will write component damageable equal hit.transform.getComponent type of iDamageable, and now that we know that this component we hit is of the iDamageable type and have reference to the component, we can then write if damageable, then game functions.attack damageable and pass in damage, which we will create at the top now. Underneath private float range, we will write serialize field private float damage equal 20. Cut the particle system.play and paste inside of the damageable if check, so that the particles only plays once it hits a damageable object. Now if we play the game and shoot our enemy till the HP bar is empty, then we will see after 4 seconds the body will disappear. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, join the Discord channel if you want to learn more with game development, and if you would just like to join the community or ask for any advice. Check out all the links down below for all of the information. Source code is also down below, as well as the full Git project. Keep well and see you in the next episode. Cheers.